Do you enjoy epic sword battles? Did you want to be a samurai warrior when you grow up? Well, you're in luck. Welcome to Anime Browser, and today we'll explore and count down the top 20 epic sword fights in anime. Without further ado, ikuzo! Let's go! Number 20. Hakuouki. Shizuru Yukimura is a young woman searching for her missing father, Kodo, a doctor, and due to his work, he's usually far from home. Later, Shizuru didn't hear anything about him in months, so she decides to disguise herself as a man and goes to Kyoto to search for her father. But a turn of events will turn Shizuru's life upside down as soon as she witnesses a horrifying scene of the Ronin being brutally murdered by crazed white-haired men. A group of men arrive to the scene of the crime and tie her up and take her back to their headquarters. Now, she's unsure whether she will survive or she will be silenced permanently. Number 19. Brave 10. Brave 10 is a samurai anime where the story is set in the Warring States period. Its focus is on Saizo and Izanami's journey throughout the war-laden lands in search of brave warriors to serve under Yukimura's banner, each possessing powerful skills of their own. They'll have to travel far and wide, all while trying to fend off those who could chase after the dark power that she possesses to make it their own. Number 18. Samurai 7. This anime is set in a futuristic world following the conclusion of a massive war. During this time, many villages are terrorized by Nobusiri bandits, former samurai who integrated their living cells with machines during the war to become dangerous weapons that now appeared to be more machine than man. A group of villagers, including young priestess Kirara, hires samurai to protect the village from the bandits. The samurai, men of skill and valor, are unique and not without their quirks, but they must come together to defend the helpless village. Number 17. Claymore. A claymore is a being manufactured of half human and half Yoma for the purpose of exterminating monsters. After Rocky's family is killed, the claymore saves his life, but he is subsequently banished from his home. With nowhere else to go, Rocky finds the claymore known as Claire and decides to follow her on her journeys. As the pair travel from town to town, defeating Yoma along the way, more about Claire's organization and her fellow warriors comes to light. With every town cleansed and every demon destroyed, they come closer to the Yoma on which Claire has sought vengeance ever since she chose to become a claymore. Number 16. Mushibugyou. Mushibugyou is an anime full of sword fighting scenes. It follows Jinbi Tsukishima, a young samurai aiming to be a master swordsman like his father. To atone for a horrific incident that occurred at his fault, Jinbi joins the Insect Magistrate Office, which is an organization created to fight against giant insects who have invaded the Earth. So will this rookie exterminator be able to rid the land of the horde of insects swarming in? You get to find that out. Number 15. Sengoku Basara. Several powerful warlords fought in politics and in arms with the hopes of unifying the country under a central government. But Nobunaga Oda is one of the most powerful of these rulers who got the power and military resource needed to conquer all of Japan. Sanada and Date find themselves having to put their differences aside in order to quell the rise of Nobunaga and save feudal Japan from his tyrannical reign. Magical, militant, and political powers fly forth as these warriors and leaders clash among themselves and the armies of Nobunaga. Number 14. Sword Art Online. A massive online role-playing game called Sword Art Online (SAO) is launched. However, in a cruel turn of events, the players soon realize they cannot log out. The game's creator has trapped them into this new world until they complete all 100 levels of the game. In order to escape Aincrad, Kirito will now have to interact and cooperate with his fellow players. To make matters worse, Sword Art Online is not all fun and games. If they die in Aincrad, they die in real life. Number 13, Basilisk. This anime follows the Iga and Koga ninja clans who have engaged in a long war. Hopefully, the powerful warlord will order a ceasefire and both clans must put down their arms. Later, Genosuke Koga, heir of the Koga clan, will fall in love with the heir of the Iga clan, Oboro Iga. Through marriage, both heirs aim to bring peace to their clans, but their hopes are lost when their clans are dragged into another war. Torn between their love for each other and the duty to their clans, Gensuke and Oboro must ultimately decide the fate of their clans. Number 12, Bleach. Bleach is a great sword-fighting anime. The story follows Ichigo Kurosaki, who never asked to be a Shinigami. Ichigo was born with the ability to see ghosts. Hence, when his family was attacked by a hollow, unexpectedly, Ichigo becomes a soul reaper. Ichigo dedicates his life to protect and save the innocent and help the tortured spirits themselves find peace. Number 11, Noragami. Noragami depicts the story of Yato, a minor deity and a self-proclaimed delivery god. His fortune changes when Hiyori Iki supposedly saves him from a car accident, taking the hit for him. Remarkably, she survives, but the event has caused her soul to become loose and hence able to leave her body. Hiyori demands that Yato return her back to normal, but upon learning that he needs a new partner to do so, reluctantly agrees to help him find one. And with Hiyori's help, Yato's luck may finally be turning around. Number 10, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. After Mysterious Inferno kills his family, Shiro is saved and adopted by Kiritsugu Imiya, who teaches him the ways of magic and justice. One night, years after Kiritsugu's death, Shiro finds himself caught in the middle of a deadly encounter between two superhumans known as servants. In desperation, Shiro summons a servant of his own, a knight named Saber, who will save him. Fate Stay Night follows Shiro as he struggles to find the fine line between a hero and a killer, and his ideals clashing with the harsh reality around him. Number 9, Shigurui, Death Frenzy. Fujiki Gensuke and blind Irako Seigen will fight each other in this fierce match. Both are disciples of Iwamoto Kogen, who is known as Japan's greatest swordsman. Each of them wants to prove himself the worthy successor of Iwamoto's school. However, there can only be one champion. Hence begins a story of intertwining fates, conflict, and strange destinies. Number 8, Blade of the Immortal. Blade of the Immortal is one of the most amazing sword-fighting and samurai anime of all time. The story is set in medieval Japan, where a witch curses a master swordsman named Manji with immortality. After many years, he grows tired of his killing and immortality, so he makes a deal with the witch to make him mortal again if he atones for his sins by killing 1,000 evil men. In his journey, he will meet a girl seeking revenge who helps him. Number 7, Ninija Scroll. After putting an end to the immortal Himuro Genma and prevent the shogun from continuing his evil plans, now the masterless swordsman Kibagami Jubi continues to journey all over Japan. During his journey, he meets Shigurui, a priestess who has never set foot outside of her village. Everything was fine until a group of demons demolish the village and kill everyone. Jubi is now a target after setting his hand on the dragon jewel. Meanwhile, the two demon clans are now chasing down Shigurui and her companions. As a result, they find themselves obligated to seek the protection of Jubi to keep the priestess of light safe and sound. Number 6, Afro Samurai. Afro became number 2, and now he goes on a mission to hunt for revenge on the man, aka number 1, who killed his father. There's just one thing that stands in his way. Because he's ranked number 2, everyone else in the world can challenge him. So as his enemies gather and try to take the title of number 2, Afro must fight through a myriad of foes and obstacles if he hopes to reach number 1 and claim vengeance once and for all. Number 5. Sword of the Stranger. As you can see, our samurai list is getting epic. Now behold one of the greatest masterpieces of all history. Sword of the Stranger depicts the story of a swordsman who finds himself caught up in the struggle between morality, righteousness, and devotion. Let's follow our powerful samurai as he will save the helpless boy and his dog from their pursuers. The three will set out on a perilous journey, and it soon becomes evident that their path is riddled with danger. Number 4. Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo is an anime that follows Mugen, a fierce, wild, ruthless warrior with a unique sword fighting style. On the other hand, Jin has a more traditional style and the two samurai warriors are far from friends. So as Mugen is wandering aimlessly through the city, he will stumble upon a tea house where he meets Jin in Fu. Therefore, Fu will ask the two swordsmen to come with her in search of a mysterious samurai that smells like sunflowers. Number 3. Rurouni Kenshin. Himura Kenshin is a vagabond with a dark past and sunny disposition. Not a ronin, but a Rurouni, he was never a samurai, but an assassin of utmost skill in the Meiji Restoration who in the turning point of the war simply walked away. His travels led him to Tokyo in the 11th year of the Meiji era, where he befriends a female kendo master, a former thief, a brawler, and a doctor, all with their own secrets. Together, they fight off the enemies surfacing from the dark past that Kenshin cannot escape. Number 2. Kimetsu no Yaiba, also known as Demon Slayer. Here is Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer, one of the biggest hit of 2019, a new sword-fighting anime which is set in the Taisho period in Japan. The story follows Tanjiro, a kind boy who will find out that his family was slaughtered by a demon. To make matters worse, his younger sister Nezuko, the sole survivor, has been transformed into a demon herself. Though devastated by this grim reality, Tanjiro resolves to become a demon slayer so that he can return his sister back into human and kill the demon that massacred his family. Number 1. Gintama. The Yamato have prohibited the use of swords, and now the samurai of Japan are treated with disregard. Gentoki Sakata is in love with sweets and works as Yorozuya. That one might not expect that he was a great swordsman and still possesses the heart of a samurai. Accompanying him in his jack-of-all-trades line of work are Shinpachi Shimura, Kagura, as well as Sadaharu, their oversized pet dog. Of course, these odd jobs are not always simple, as they frequently have run-ins with the police, ragtag rebels, and assassins, oftentimes leading to humorous but unfortunate consequences.